Okay, everybody, happy Thursday. Big waves to you. Big wave. Who needs the double wave this morning? Who's like, ah, it's Darling. Darling's like, she's really giving it. Okay. Well, we did not see any birthdays today. So if it is your birthday, let us know. Let us know. Chris Flynn, if you could be looking in the comments, wave your hand, jump in, tell us. Um, so John Frick, how you doing this morning? Good to see you. So the word for today is improbable. Improbable. So Alan Schultz, you're gonna laugh at this one. He's like, it's improbable that Brent's gonna do any hunting this year. I could. I'm in the club. Improbable means unlikely to happen or succeed, but not impossible. Okay? It's just improbable. It's unlikely it's going to happen. Give you some examples. It's improbable that I am going to put on a football uniform and a helmet and go back out on the football field and smash heads in my lifetime. But it's possible. I could do it. I'm just not going to. So that was supposed to be a joke. Supposed to be my humor there. So improbable lives in this fascinating space between probably not, but what if? Like, what if I did? Pat Ogden, I see Pat on. I thought about a lot of you this morning when I was reading this word. I am so happy for her transformation. I'm so happy for what she's done. But there's probably, if you go back, there's probably some things you could ask Pat. She'd go, well, it was improbable that I would do it, but she did it. You know, the steps, the walks, the hikes, the things up the hill, like things that it's like, yes, right? I think about Coach Greg Bibb, right? He coaches basketball. And you get this ninth grader that people are like, it's probably improbable that they're going to be a point guard and going to learn the dribbling habits needed to really command the offense. And then you start working with them, and over time, boom, by their senior year, they're that point guard that becomes all state. And you're like, sometimes the improbable turns into they made it happen. And if we go back, what really did it take? It took belief. It took going against the odds. It took staying consistent. Many of the greatest accomplishments begin with improbable beginnings. I think about even my own journey in life. I was this kid that wasn't good at school, really told myself not very good from a learning standpoint, got pulled out of class, ended up becoming an educator, right? Fought through it. And I'm not patting myself on my back. I'm just saying this was a journey. And then I get into this crazy profession, no, a beautiful profession called network marketing. And it was probably pretty improbable that this kind of introvert extrovert guy would end up building something here. But I did. And today, you know, God has blessed me to do eight figures of commissions in this industry. Well, if I look back on that journey, how did that happen? Consistency, going against the grain, staying true, not retreating when other people quit. Other people quit me, other people quit the company, other people quit all their excuses. I just kept moving. Left foot, right foot, step, left foot, right foot, step. Brent, this is not going to work. I'm not listening to you. I'm not listening to you. I'm staying focused. John Frick, there's probably been places in your life you could say that about yourself, right? I know Andrea could say it about herself in her journey. Many of you could. That's why I thought about you this morning. George Ortiz could say it. Easy to quit. But the improbable is it taking an ordinary person that probably won't do it. How did they do it? They were some stubborn suckers, Ken Stringer. They were like hard headed. They just kept going. So I'm going to turn it to Andrea, but here's why it matters. If we only pursue in life what's predictable, I hate that for ourselves. Let's just stay comfortable, predictable. Don't upset the apple cart. Man, God didn't put us here to do that. We're lying to ourselves. So don't pursue what's just predictable, what's easy, what's just comfortable. We limit ourselves. Growth requires us to make room for outcomes that we can't see. We don't know. Like it's like I'm so uncomfortable because I can't see the future. But man, God's taught us through many, many things that that is where growth and opportunity and excitement and all of these things come is from that land of uncomfortableness, right? And so I just challenge us all. Let's let's take this improbable situations in our life. Let's turn them into, hey, I know it was a long shot, but guess what? My story's not over. Watch this thing happen. Watch this overcoming take place. Watch this victory down the road that you and I can't see. All right, Andrea, I'll turn it to you.
Well, great lesson this morning, Coach. And I thought this was a pretty powerful word. And my favorite thing about it is that it does not mean impossible. Like improbable maybe means it's not likely, maybe means that we have to fight for it, but it does not mean that it's impossible. So I feel like that is just so dang hopeful. Quote that I found was sometimes the dream feels improbable because we are looking at it through the lens of who we are today, not whom we are becoming. And the beautiful thing about this world is that our current circumstances are not a 100% prediction of our future, right? Sometimes we might have a shorter runway to take off. Sometimes we might have a longer runway. Like we all have a different, skill set and toolbox and all of the things, but we all get the same opportunity. So we may not know exactly how it's going to happen. We may not feel completely ready, and we may even be surrounded by people who think that our goal is completely unrealistic. But guess what? That doesn't mean that we stop. Instead, it means that we take that next step, even when we can't see the entire path, right? We just move one step a little bit closer. Next, we stop treating the difficult as it means it's the impossible. And I can think of so many circumstances in my life where something feels a little bit hard. And I just kind of picture like, well, okay. When you go to a bowling alley when you're a kid, some of us that still can't bowl, they might still do it, but they'll like inflate the thing down the bumpers. And so when you throw the ball down, it bounces off the little inflatable thing so you don't get nothing but gutter balls. And I think sometimes we put our life in between those kind of bumpers, but instead of it helping us hit down a couple pins, it actually slows us down because anytime we bump into something a little bit difficult, we course correct and we go back the other way. Oh, that's a little bit hard. We course correct and we go back the other way. And anytime we feel something that's a little bit uncomfortable, we shrink our world and we stop trying for those things that are a little bit difficult. So just because it's hard doesn't mean we stop. It means we just keep going and we push through a little bit harder. Three, we give consistency enough time to create what we're looking for, right? I can't, exercise 3 days this year and expect to get guns, right? It's just not going to work though. I probably am not going to get guns anyway, but whatever, you got the point, right? Um, I can't do something infrequently and expect it to get the results that consistency is going to create. So give consistency enough time to create what you're looking for, to create that change, to create that momentum. Next is to surround yourself with people who expand our belief. And who are those people? Those are the people that you watch and they're doing the difficult thing. They're doing the thing you want to do. They're achieving what you want to achieve. Let's go surround ourselves with those people because they're showing us that even though it feels a little improbable, it absolutely is possible. And then lastly, we need to make sure that we leave room for the outcome that surprises everyone, including ourselves, right? So go leave space in your life for you to achieve the things that you want to achieve because we should not dismiss the improbable. It may be just that thing that we were absolutely meant to accomplish. So, this was a good one this morning. Thank you guys. And I didn't see any birthdays in the chat. Chris, I hope you looked, but didn't see any birthdays out there
Great,
today.
great word. Great word. It was awesome. So, guys, have a great Thursday out there. We'll see you back to close out the week tomorrow.
We'll
Thank
find a
you
funny
guys.
word.
That was
We'll
awesome.
Andrea.